How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Irish Hunting Podcast, episode 13.
Lucky number 13, Brad.
Lucky number 13. Happy Christmas to start on you.
The very least. Happy as returns, Brad.
Wasn't not long about coming around, was it?
No. It's only like yesterday we started this out.
Honest to God, yeah, that's the fucking truth.
We're still going to Christmas anyway.
I believe you got your first, what would you say, fame, what would you say? You were approached today.
Oh, Jesus, I tell you, yeah. You felt famous today. I was coming out of street sight in Enfield there, and a lad came up. I think he went to school with a brother, but he said, "Oh, you're the hunting guy." Listen to the podcast. Used to do a bit of shooting, a bit of fox shooting and stuff. Yeah. So if you're listening, get back at it.
Get back at it, lad. No fucking time. Yeah, exactly. The challenge coming up.
Yeah, now, absolutely. Good time to get back into it.
Great fucking thing to get back into. Honest to God, yeah. So I don't know what. Probably Broadway next for us, is it, or what?
Oh, look, I tell you, man. Huh? The lights are calling.
Will you
paparazzi move over?
Paparazzi running after us and every fucking thing now in a minute, huh? Come here, what's the crack? We're on the West Cork.
This is thanks to you, Brenny. Here, you brought this one into the
well, it was a very nice gift from my boss actually, Declan. So yeah, I like it. It's
a sip of that there now.
Yeah, a bit of a bourbon cast to it now. So it is. It's nice stuff, isn't it?
That's lovely.
Yeah,
lovely. I have. I think I was telling you, I have another one of them bottles in the series. I can't rightly remember. I must do it when I go home. But yeah, it's
sweetness to it.
Yeah, of course, the bourbon.
With the bourbon, give it that. Well, it's nice. Great stuff coming out of West Cork.
Absolutely.
Which reminds me, when I see that, don't forget, we have to get down there and shoot some red.
Honest to God.
Got myself about 100 acres down there. Shooting down around Castletown Bear, so we need to get down there.
We've some big days to get through, Brett.
Yeah, honest to God, man. Yeah, 100%.
And Norman has invited us down as well, so we have to try and get down to do a day with him.
Have to touch base.
Madness.
Yeah, honest to God, yeah, we have to touch base with him. You seen, we mentioned last week. Yeah, Joanna Claremont had a savage day out. She's most people think she's the French huntress, so
superstar. Yeah,
superstar of the hunting world. So she seemed to have a fantastic.
Yeah, what a trip! I mean, it had everything. The weather,
the scenery. Yeah, she was particularly lucky.
Yeah. Fairness, so the weather, the animals, and probably the number one or one of the best guides in the country, if not further afield. In Norman, he's a legend in the game, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So well done to both.
Yeah, well done to both. We're at on to Johanna, and great news. She's actually going to come. She's listening to the podcast and she's coming on the podcast.
There you go.
There you go. And she has like 200 and something thousand followers on Instagram. So.
Yeah, look. And so if you're listening, Johanna,
Sláinte, happy Christmas, and we'll be talking to you in the new year with a bit of luck. What's been going on shooting wise? How have you been? What have you been at?
Well, I got very little rough shooting in myself, Bren. A little bit of fox shooting, as you know. Myself and yourself got out a few times there. So, but yeah, just been busy with the club and trying to get the last few calendars sold. You know.
Yeah.
It's like everything, you know. There's always one or two in a club, Bren. You know,
always
trying to put the
spanner in the works.
Mm-hmm. So trying to work through that. Get the last couple sold. We've the bones of almost 200 calendars sold. And I'd like to thank everyone, because even just people from the podcast and from gun clubs across the country. I was posting some this morning. I think I've posted probably 15 calendars all over the country. Members of the NRDC, Road Pursuits gave us a great mention as well. And that drove a couple of people our way.
Yeah.
And a few people this morning. So I sent off another 3 this morning with on post, so we can deliver them around the country. It's great, you know, and we're donating a few bob out every calendar to the first responders, which is they keep the defibrillators and manned phones and stuff like that. So
brilliant,
great cause, and I suppose it's a good indication of what gun clubs do aside from the good they do in the countryside. Because I'm like yourself, we're on groups there on Facebook and stuff, and up and down the country there's men's sheds and old folks, senior citizens groups who are helped out by the members of the NRGC and gun clubs throughout up and down the country. Along with other,
res associations and everything.
So fantastic. Like it just shows what a valuable part of the community gun clubs actually are, aside from the
definitely.
their own.
And unlike other unknown organisations, they're not always out looking for money for themselves.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, they always try and, you know, we tried, so it was unfortunate, we tried to team up with the senior citizen in our local group, but unfortunately after 23 years, I think they've been disbanded this year because due to lack of numbers and stuff, you know, and COVID.
It's
all that kind of stuff. So, it's very sorry to hear that. But yeah, so what's happened with you?
Not well, I suppose not. Well, I haven't got out for a pheasant, or I haven't actually got out for a duck or a deer actually in a while. So it's just been crazy, you know, coming up to Christmas and work's been busy and stuff. Been out not mostly, but out a good bit obviously after foxes. So that's a fairly reasonable success there.
You've had some nice videos up on YouTube there with the ATN is working well.
Yeah, it's working well now, honest to God. Yeah, say not last night. What night was that? Was that? Try to mix up the night. Be all over the place this week. Monday night, I think, was it?
Yeah,
I was out and got me longest with about 216 yards.
Very good.
So that was the furthest distance I've shot with the ATN.
Okay.
And yeah, work around, man. It's bang on.
You're saying it's just a little bit blurry at that distance.
It is a little bit blurry. But then I was thinking about it after, and I need to look back into it. And I'm in talks with ATN as well. They might be sending me a bit of stuff. Definitely a bit of support stuff with it because I know obviously I'm using it and publicising it. But there is a setting that you can change that limits your magnification from 5 to 20.
Okay.
So, and I have that disabled. So my zoom can go to way above that.
Okay.
But obviously it does say that the quality will be greatly reduced. So I'm going to try that the next time on that. I'm going to put it back to that setting, you know.
And come here, did it give you any indication, Brendan, as to what the usable range of the magnification is in terms of?
That's a good question. Have they? I don't. They probably have somewhere. I suppose. I would say. I was pushing the other night. I'd say, look, maybe 300 yards.
At a squeeze. And probably at a slightly bigger animal, maybe.
Yeah, at a slightly bigger animal, exactly. Yeah. You can see on some of the videos there, it gets tricky. Tricky. You only have the big glare of the eyes and you go for the chest, and he was sitting. If he was kind of, a side-on view with the head turned around like that, it might just be straightforward.
Yeah.
But anyway, look, it worked, and we were absolutely inundated with foxes here. Like I was telling you before about the bloke just up the road, and I've been in talks with him, and he's living right on a poultry place, and he has 64 gone since April out of one area of bog. Yeah,
literally, he's looking out the one area. 64 foxes.
64 foxes got and every night he goes out, he's still getting 2 and 3. Like the numbers are absolutely outrageous.
Yeah.
And we haven't a pheasant or a rabbit for miles in this area, and that is the truth. You know, we were right talking about that the other day. Like 10 years ago, I would have often shot pheasants all season and was in no gun club, wasn't in a gun club.
Yeah,
just walk. You know?
Yeah, you have no chance now.
Not at all.
Even me and you were out on the Friday night.
Yeah.
And a beautiful night, in fairness.
Yeah, it was lovely.
We seen one, but there was more there.
There was definitely more there.
The wind wasn't helping us the route we took, but
the
route we took, the track.
Oh man, that was unbelievable.
Yeah. And look at considering the fox that you shot the other night.
Yeah,
you wouldn't wonder.
He was a big boy. Yeah, in fairness, he was massive. He was like a
small miniature horse.
Yeah, he was. The back on him, the size of him, the Lord Jesus Christ. Yeah. So, and then of course we've a meat factory up the road, so there's no shortage. I think of food around the place. You know.
Yeah, look, I think we discussed this year. I think in the gun club, same as that. It's just that the numbers of pheasant and as you say rabbit has been seriously dwindling the last couple of years. You know, and there's foxes. Like you don't even have to go, as you say, very far. I've seen it in your video there. Literally to come in.
Literally up to my front door.
Yeah.
Literally up to my front door. And like the shocking statistic of that, I suppose, is like that was a friend of herself was getting dropped home, but when she was getting out of the car, when the man opened up his door, he obviously dropped a fucking bag of chips or something in the yard. Yeah. And that was, I think, around 2:00 in the morning. And what was that, about an hour later, there was a fox in himself. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's unbelievable. And that's like with getting that many foxes, and I'm
Next door to you.
how many nights in a row, and I got 1 and 2 every single night. Like, so the numbers of them is just fucking scary. Like.
And look, they have their place in the ecosystem, but it's when they don't have natural predator themselves, they can flourish, and they're thriving.
Absolutely thriving.
As you'll see, if you look at that video, look at this thing. Because I don't know what would you describe it as? I don't know.
like a
Anthony Grogan of the fox world. Well fed.
He was a big man. He was big. The Lord Jesus Christ, and even at that, like he was. And you'll see in some of the videos, it was interesting actually. That same, or another fox as well, who was also quite big, came in. You can see it in the video, and I couldn't get my safety off, but I've discovered what was wrong. Just took it apart, cleaned it out, and it was just honestly like a little bit of carbon or something was sticking in behind it. Yeah, that was it. Cleaned it up, broken apart. Job done. Back in business.
Yeah. Anything happened in the club, Brent?
Not a whole pile. We were going to do Fox Drive, I think, tomorrow, but the weather is just going to be absolutely outrageous, man, to be honest with you. So I think we're just going to postpone it now until maybe later on in the season. And lads are still getting great hunting out there, savage hunting out there. A couple of lads after getting a couple of new birds, and so it's just business as usual. It's.
And come here, do you use tiger birds?
No, we don't. We did one year, but we didn't this year. Now, to be honest with you, no, we didn't. We've often been thinking about going forward. We might, we might. Just
interesting to see from a monitoring perspective. I suppose we got tags this year. We just with everything in the club, we just didn't get a chance to.
Yeah.
But hopefully next year we try and get at least our own tag, and then people can save their if they're and then change the colours every year. At least then if it's last year to survive and try and monitor it that way. But
definitely, it's a good idea. Right?
Come here, are you doing your bike counts now?
No. See, we're only we're only after starting to become. We are. I'm telling a lie. Damien has it. He has it also, but on a personal level, I know. But we're only starting back in with the NERGC now. So going forward, we'll be doing all that. So I suppose we're going to talk. We're going to get stuck into our challenge.
Yeah. Look, we've had. Phenomenal interest.
It's brilliant. It's great to see it.
Plenty of teams nailed down, and plenty of great prizes.
Yeah, it's deadly. 100%. We were down at Wild Hunter. Obviously, Wild Hunter and Athlone after sponsoring us. You've the best part of it. You've probably nearly 300 euros worth of a rod and a reel there, which is absolutely class. And sort of I'd love that myself. We've head torches and multi tools. There's going to be hoodies. Well, it could be a couple of bottles of whiskey and a few bits and pieces. We're going to have a bit of crack with it. First and foremost, it's going to be a bit of crack anyway.
Yeah, we're not looking. I think there's a few people messaging me like what exactly are the rules and stuff like that. It's very simple: a pike, a fox, and a pheasant. In any order. You can team up two together.
Yeah.
You can do one versus one. You can just go out and do it on your own.
Yeah.
And even if you don't have, like for instance, the means to get a pheasant or a fox, go out and get your pike. Throw up a picture and give us a funny story or a picture.
100%.
This is about just trying to get lads out and about. And if you're out on that day and you have the longest or the biggest pike, we have a little prize for that.
Definitely,
So it'd be worthwhile just getting involved.
Exactly, without a shadow of it. That's the biggest thing. Loads of lads asking questions. Is it on pints or tails or no? We're not doing that. Basically, get out. You have to register first. Now we were letting Clone close the registration line on Christmas Eve. We might run that to Baby Stevens' day. To get
we're still getting lads in. I've lads messaged me there as well. Can you hold on? I might have one lad coming home from the holidays that he might be able to get out with and something like that. If you was trying to give everyone a fair shot, we're not going to be too political this year. We'll hope if it gains momentum next year, we'll put a bit more sparkle around it and a bit more definition around the rules and stuff like that. But this year it's about trying to get. And no acting the bollocks, lads. Fucking send it in.
Some fucking
the freezer pheasant.
Exactly. One from 7 years ago. 3 foot snow on the ground. Basically, what we're going to do to combat that. Not saying that we don't trust you, because we do. But every picture you take, just on the morning you're going out, it can be a back of an envelope, it can be a post-it note, it can be whatever you want on a phone. All we want to see is IHP 24-hour challenge. Drop that beside your pheasant, your fox, and your pike when you're taking your picture. Yeah. And we know you're all legit.
Yeah, and if any of them look like the frostbite are at lads,
exactly.
Immediate disqualification.
Disqualification. You go up on the wall of shame.
So now, Robert, if you're listening, man, that's us, right?
Yeah.
Put the pike back in the freezer. And Gaza, I know you'll be one of them as well, so you can take that out of your fucking head.
We're going to be by the book now, fair stuff.
And there's some of the, like, there's some great names coming in here, right? We've I just mentioned a few of them, right? We've the Killers, what else? The Cowboys from Loughrea. Who else do we have? The Barn Busters.
The Barn Busters.
That's a good one, isn't it?
Holy Jesus Christ! Yeah.
And then we have the boys then from the Treaty County Coddies. That's the Gun Club Ballyconnell. We've Hunt and Royalty, the Kim and Podge.
Hunt and Royalty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the real meat. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Of course, we have the Goonies and Biceps and Ankles. We have the Gaffers. Now, Sam Rennicks and Damien Maloney haven't come up with a name yet, but you
yeah. The fraudsters.
Yeah, that's as good as any. We have Team Offaly.
Yeah.
We have the Lilies. We have where else are we there? Yeah, that's just a few of the better ones.
The better ones, yeah.
Yeah, with a few people in there with no names. I have to get back to it. So apologies, lads, if I'm a little bit late getting back.
Yeah,
but we're just getting through them as best we can.
Yeah, see, it takes, like, I suppose it's only the what would you say, the top 5% of the top hunters and fishing men in the country is going to enter. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of lads out there that just won't be able for it.
No.
That's the long and short of it, isn't it?
You're putting down the gauntlet there now.
That's it, you know. If you don't think you're up to the challenge, then don't bother entering. If you think you have what it takes, then enter.
It's a day's hunting, lads.
Exactly.
It's a day's hunting.
What a bit of fucking crack. I swear to God, man, I cannot wait for this. I cannot wait for it. That is the gospel trouble. And we can't even win it.
Honest to God. Yeah, well, can we not? No. So we'll have a few decent prizes going out. We'll have on the day, if you send in any funny stories and stuff, we'll have a separate prize for that.
Yeah.
Any funny photographs, team up, get a team photograph or single photograph, send it in to us with a funny story or even your story. Just you know,
give us a bit of a background. Yeah. What was it like? Where, the pike, much of a fight out. Roughly, where you can tell us where in the country. You don't have to tell us the exact point.
Yeah.
Same with the fox and same with the pheasant.
Yeah.
A bit of a story with that. That'll be
just keep it all. It's going to be just nice and positive. It's all about enjoying the break, enjoying the day, getting out and about.
Yeah.
Getting the head.
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
And look, we're going to be eating loads of crap over the Christmas. It'll be like myself and Rob have he sent me the itinerary for the day, so we're up early. He has the nap time put into the program.
Does he? I'd say if you say he's army, is he?
Yeah, look at so. So we're well planned in advance, and he reckons he's no problem taking this.
No happen. So, all right. Those big words. I tell you what, big words.
See.
I haven't seen him shoot fuck all, but that's none of my business.
There's a reason why you don't come duck shooting and deer shooting, wasn't there? But it'll be. I can't wait as well. It'll be a great crack. I think it's going to be a positive day all around. That's what we're aiming for.
Without doubt.
The mental health aspect, the health and well-being, actual physical well-being.
Yep.
And then look, it's all positive. You get a pheasant, you bring it home to the table.
Without.
Catch a pike, throw it back in, measure it, whatever.
Yeah.
And then if there's another couple of foxes gone, I think that'll be a positive thing for
the rest of the wildlife.
Yeah.
100% without doubt. And gun clubs as well. Get your gun club. Come on, if you're a gun club and you're worth your stamp, enter a team, lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why not? Enter a team there.
That's it. That's exactly it. If you've even two neighbouring gun clubs, get 1 versus 1.
One versus one. Bit of crack.
It's a winner. Winner all around,
That's why we done this 30th of December. It'll be that. It's one of those middle days where you're at football. You're waiting for New Year's Eve so you can hunt and fish all day, go home, get a good night's sleep, up the next day, out on the beer, and have a bit of crack.
And you're going to have another day of torture on New Year's Eve, so
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Untethered and Wanderwise, where adventure has no age limit. We're your co-host, Heidi Brandis and Nikki Mahundro, and we're here to inspire and celebrate women over 45 who are embracing their independence and want to explore the world on their own terms.
what better way to prepare for it? At least you get the body flushed out and ready to rock and roll again.
100%, without a shadow of a doubt. Is there anyone in particular you're worried about? You won't admit to this.
The pike, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure I haven't caught one, but that's a bit of a worry. Robert has and I am going to put up this picture, right? Because there is a funny looking picture here. Remember the story now? I don't often bring it up,
right?
But he promised me to bring me fishing for years and years, and he left me sitting on the doorstep one year back about 7 or 8 years ago, and I have that photograph, right? Yeah. Now, I wasn't as big a man as I was back then as I was. So what I did was I reconstructed that photograph 7 years on in the exact same clothing, in the exact same position, only slightly a little bit larger, or maybe the camera was a bit closer.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
So I'm not holding my breath, man. He promised me he's bringing me fishing, but this has happened before.
Jeez,
so I could end up spear fishing in the canal. Is there anyone out there with a bayonet for the top of my rifle?
Which by the way is highly illegal.
Yeah,
we don't acknowledge that kind of practice.
But so that's my biggest concern, because I can. He's had a bit of the man flu there for the last couple of weeks, and it's knocked him for 6. You know yourself. So,
yeah. Well, no, that is serious.
Serious. So I don't know whether this is an excuse for getting out of it or not.
Yeah, Christmas shopping maybe.
So yourself.
No.
Oh, please. Look at this. Fucking hell.
Not at all, man. Just which pike to pick, you know. It's just not like...
Very good.
No, to be honest with you, we were talking about this the other day. No, I suppose, the pike, because it's doing it. I'd be fairly happy we get one.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like fox, they get 100%, and no one will get fox. Pheasant, don't really foresee an issue. Could be tricky.
Look, that's probably because Rob is not in my club, so I won't be able to hunt in the club for the pheasants. So that will be a little bit trickier. I'll be hunting in land that's not exactly swarming with pheasants.
Okay, yeah.
But so it means what we're trying to do is trying to get the pike in early.
Yeah.
We might try and get a fox early if we can.
Okay.
So to leave us as much time for the pheasant as possible, and then hopefully in the evening if we get stuck from one of the.
Okay.
Anyway, but that's the general run of it. So we've 1 or 2 little obstacles, but we're not making excuses just yet. We have a few plans in place.
Right.
But I am looking forward to it.
I can't wait for it. Yeah. I think we're going to go We're going to go pike in the morning, and pheasant in the afternoon, and fox. That leaves you like if you hunt right up to dark for your pheasant, that gives you a fair window. You know, get your pike, hunt for your pheasant, and then fox. You can stay out all night.
Exactly.
You know, 100%. You know,
So it'll be a bit of crack, and then I think hopefully try and arrange that if we get our mission done early. Few pints, maybe.
Few pints, proper job, yeah. That has the fucking job. I might do the same now myself. I'll chat to the guys about that and see,
Exactly. Look at it. If there's still a bit of time, lads, just keep liking and sharing it. Our Facebook page has gone bananas in the last couple of days. I think we've nearly doubled in the last 2 days.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant, yeah.
And there's people from the UK and all over Europe, believe it or not, friends on Facebook and Instagram there now at the minute. So it's starting to climb exponentially. It's exceeding our expectations anyway.
Absolutely.
And thanks to everyone. I mean this, we've had another message this morning there. People are taking like huge amount of time to send us really positive messages.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Cheers. That's the thing. Like, I'd be probably guilty. Like, I'd often see something that's great, but I wouldn't fucking take the time to read it.
Me too.
Thanks a million for that. You know what I mean? Cheers, it's great to see, lads. Yeah, that's fantastic.
And like, just read a flavour of just one of the things. And I know we're like, it's. So he said, "Hi guys, love the response to the podcast. Keep it up, and congratulations on one of the most innovative things to come along into the Irish shooting community in a long while doing these podcasts." He goes on to say he just wants to contact us in terms of what our future plans for some of the future podcasts, and look at that type of stuff is always fantastic.
Here, you know? Yeah, definitely, it's great.
And you've been getting messages as well, like with Joanna, we've like messages from as we were saying before, as far away as Canada, America, the UK,
it's
France,
fantastic
Italy.
to see it. Yeah.
And that's phenomenal. So we're reaching out to people that we wouldn't have ever expected when we started. what do we say? Just sit down for an hour and have a shite talk.
Exactly, talk about a shite. And sure, someone listens to a fucking happy days.
Happy
Sure,
days,
let's say we
yeah,
want to talk
yeah,
shit anyway, so we might as well record it,
So thank you very much. We're taking this time, I suppose. Thank you very much. Get on the challenge. This week, lads, it won't be much about obviously the plans for the future will be, but it'll be. This is all about the
challenge.
The challenge.
Yeah.
So we're hoping that if you're not able to do it yourself, you might fling it onto somebody else and get as many people up and about on the day as possible. You know.
Exactly.
And next year we might tag on to give a dig out with a charity or something like that. You know.
Absolutely, 100%. This is just kind of that was our plan. But we kind of probably left it a bit too late. And we just said, look, we'll get it up and running and make sure everyone enjoys it and that it works, I suppose.
Yeah.
And which, I mean, it certainly seems to be now because we're getting a load of entries.
Yeah.
So happy days, keep them coming, as fellas says,
Yeah, keep it coming. So, where are you hitting first for the pipe, Benny?
Oh, I can't tell you that. Well, wouldn't you like to fucking know?
I see the secret bag come into the van.
So that, no, it will be, I'd say, on the River Bine somewhere along one of the subsidiaries to it, I suppose. And then, sure, the pheasant will be probably out around the Gun Club, and fox could be anywhere at this stage.
Plenty of ground here. Just before we think of it, is Wild Hunter. Thanks a million to Wild Hunter.
Ah, man. Holy Jesus Christ.
They've been a great support to us since we started.
Yeah.
They invited us down to some of the open days. Obviously, they got behind us with the challenge.
Yeah.
Threw a serious piece of kit in there for somebody.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And guys, it's for anyone who hasn't been down there, fantastic store. Yeah. The staff down there are
the soundest lads. I'm not just saying, no, like, sponsored. I have to say, Wild Hunter sponsored us the prizes, but like Wild Hunter, they're not sponsored to the show. Yeah. We're not saying this because they're paying us to say it.
Yeah.
We're saying it because genuinely to go down there, the soundest bunch of lads you'll ever meet.
Yeah, like the anytime we've come down there, we got plenty of gear down there, and they've always looked after us. As to have many other people. They're not in any way mean. There's good value down there. Like the example, the cleaning kit for the 6x5, I think there was £6 or something for the rods.
Yeah.
Like very reasonable stuff. They've stuff that fits any budget. If you wanted to spend, like I know for my mum, there was looking for something for the brother for Christmas.
Okay, yeah.
And she asked me to go. You'd a wild choice from a tenner to 100.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. You've got some nice bits from them.
Lovely stuff there. And great quality.
Great quality. Yeah, but you're saying unfortunately that when you pick the wrong size, they won't fit him. They'll actually fit you with that.
There's always every cloud has a silver lining.
Exactly. Damn it.
So thanks to the Wild Hunter get down. And I think, as we said, Wild Hunter Athlone versus Wild Hunter Galway, they haven't entered the exact team names.
No, 100%.
So Hassie, you better get on it, man.
Yeah, get on it now. You've definitely no excuse, man, because you have every sort of.
Well, you've talked the talk now. You told us all about why there would be nearly no point in Wild Hunter Athlone entering Galway. Entering the challenge. So now you may back it up.
Exactly. He reckons all they did was a bit of sea fishing down there.
Yeah, sea fishing.
He says they don't even
on the yachts or something.
Yeah, something about that. Anyway, he says fair weather. Armchair.
Rough shooting.
Not at all. No. So we're going to get them in, and even you, man, with the pair of gloves.
Yeah.
You wanted a pair of gloves. The Lord, just many different pairs of gloves were to sell.
Well, we spent a good half an hour deciding because we were trying on.
Mother of Jesus.
There was every make and model. There was ones with thumb and trigger finger out, and there was all the fingers, the digits can come out, and others so you can have fully sealed sealskin.
Yeah, cottons, nylons. Yeah. There's a wall of just gloves. It's unbelievable.
But I'm happy with my pair, and you got me a charger as well.
No, I should tell you, man. Yeah, no, that'll work out well now. So well, yeah. So just some stuff. Even when we were down there, it was gas. I actually went back down. Remember, we were down there, and then I went back down on the Sunday. To hand in the 2-2 and get the paperwork, and Hassie was there, and I just overheard three lads in there. They were buying bits and pieces, and I just overheard them saying, "Come here, are you doing the Hunting Podcast Challenge or what story?" And your man was like, "Oh yes, yeah. Oh yeah, I fucking go do it myself." So I started shit. It was I didn't go up to him.
It just shows you,
just goes to show you, it's gas to hear.
And come here, you're in the midst of the getting your new gun now, so you're well on the road.
I'm well on the road, yeah. The forms are all gone in and the whole job lot. So 17 Marlins. So I don't know. Hopefully this is the thing, man. Sure, you'll be kind of in the same. Well, theoretically, mine should be a bit quicker because it's just changing it. Yours is a whole new application. But we're both applying to the same garage station.
Yeah,
so
which means
we'll see.
We'll see. You've kindly brought the paperwork back for me, so I'm going to submit that this week. Get that done. Yeah. I've already contacted the local garage station just in terms of submitting it. Yeah. But I'm hopefully just some of the comments on Facebook. I asked a question on Facebook on the page there. People's general kind of rule of times and stuff. Mm-hmm. Anything from a week up to 4 or 5 months.
11 months.
11 months is one of them. Yeah.
Holy, that's fucking cat. That's a joke.
Like for 2-2, I mean, I hope and it's pretty straightforward, you know. So, I hope you're just going to try and get it into them, get the ball rolling, and hopefully by the summer then I'll have it. Yeah, you will.
You will. I know. I think that's miles away. I know. Oh, you will. No, you will. In fairness, look, there's no reason. Sure, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean. There's no reason not to get it, so you will get it.
And fair play to you, get me all the kit, the scope and the sling and
to be no stopping.
10-hour mag and So look, I'm all set.
You'll be
so. CZ Bruno. Supposedly the most accurate of the 2-2s.
But sure, like I mean, like for bang for buck, like you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong with them,
not at all. No, you can't go wrong. That's my second CZ 22 that I had. Sure, you can't. Like I had a Kryko 22 in the semi-automatic before that, and it absolutely broke my heart. Like I just to the point I was just there, fucking get rid of the shock, like just get jamming. Yeah, just the action was fucking shocking on it. And no, I didn't like it. Yeah, like as he said, man, you load it, you pull the trigger, bang, every single time.
Yeah,
without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. So under deadly.
So looking forward to. I've already promised my young one that we're going to be doing a bit of rabbit shooting when that comes around, and the days get a little bit better and she's off school. Yeah. Because she's asked, when are we doing the rabbit shoot, Daddy? You know, so
we can't beat it all, man. Oh, jeez, you cannot beat it, man. It's savage. Absolutely deadly. And I was telling you what I meant to say to you as well. You could actually, if you wanted it, you could get them now that it's down there to tread down and put signs if you wanted.
Yeah.
I'm going to get it done with the 1.7. Yeah, definitely.
Well, what I might do is, while that process is going through, I might get him to do that.
Yeah, 100%. Just look, like if you put a good suppressor on a 2.2 with a subsonic, man, like you literally barely hear it. Like, and the 1.7, there's a fair old crack off 1.7. Like, do you know for what it is? Like there is.
You're going to go ahead and get that done.
Yeah, I told him to go ahead and get it.
Yeah, you as well. Rather than taking it out, bringing it back down, you're missing the gun for another week or two.
Yeah, definitely.
And so at least you have it.
It'll be well worth it. Yeah. I actually can't wait. I love the ATN. Don't get me wrong, the ATN is class for foxes, but I just can't wait to get my element optics back on my 243. I just can't wait. I just want it on it. And zero, and then have my ATN on my 1.7.
So depending on which shooting you're doing, you pick out the gun.
Exactly. You're not swapping and changing bollocks, you know. So I need to get back up for a couple of deer now shortly because she's stocks are on the nose.
Yeah, well, Rob said we reckons that we'll have the pike, the pheasant, the fox done by 12 o'clock, and he said, yes, we're going to throw a deer in there.
Holy fuck. This is big dog.
Big talk now, but let's see.
Holy fuck.
And come here, in terms of then, Brady, what was I going to say there now? Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Just got, I was hanging around, obviously we were talking about doing the podcast before Christmas, so I had a few bits to do, and I was rushing and racing to get over here, but I was intentionally kind of hanging around locally, because I had got a notification that the Pulsar scope was being delivered today, and I was going to bring it over so we could put it on the table and have a look at it. But I had just landed in Brenny's yard here, and my darling wife just sent me a voice or a little picture, TPD. So it just literally landed.
Savage.
Literally landed. So literally a kid at Christmas going home. Cannot wait. Yeah. Thanks to John in Thomas Jacks. Has sent us down to play around with for a couple of weeks. Yep. And he's going to send us down the handheld terminal after Christmas. Mm-hmm. So really, really looking forward to trying this out.
Yeah, we'll get it zeroed. We'll get her set up and get her zeroed.
Yeah, and then we can start playing around and
get it used now. And I'll tell you, like, it's a good opportunity as well. Anyone that hasn't get on, if you can get on our, like, we'll share them across, share them to our Facebook feed. Get onto the YouTube channel as well, because we will be doing genuine, honest, no bullshit videos, and we'll be comparing comparing ATNs versus pulsars. We'll talk about all the features.
Yeah,
we'll do all the tests on it, and you can make your own mind up.
The pros and cons, it's probably it's a good opportunity because you have the ATN. Obviously, the pulsar is coming. Yeah. We can sit them side by side. We can play around with them. Which has what? There's going to be pros and cons to both.
Without a doubt.
But yeah, genuinely, I was really impressed, as you know, down at the show. So I was raving about it to Rob. So again, can't wait to throw it on and have a little peep around with it, you know.
Be deadly, no, it can't look. It's going to be deadly, so it is, in fairness, yeah. She looked well now when it is. Did you get an idea of the weight of it, actually? No, not really.
See,
no,
I didn't.
I don't think it's too bad.
No, so when we were down there, it was obviously on the.
Yeah, it was on the. Yes, it's hard to.
Yes, it was hard to judge.
Hard to gauge it. Yeah. That ATN is heavy now.
Your gun is heavy, Brendan.
Yeah. But like the ATN without it, physically the weight of it is heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah, it is heavy. Yeah, it is heavy. So.
I remember, obviously, when we were down there, I remember on the display models they had to pick them up and stuff. Didn't seem massively heavy.
No, true.
But look at it again. We were trying so many
different types
and things down there. That night.
Yeah,
just ones built-in rangefinders and thermal and all kinds.
The built-in rangefinder, that's cool. No, I like that. I really do like that. I think you can get an add-on for the ATN. Yeah, actually, you can get an add-on. I wouldn't mind getting it.
Yeah,
I'd love to see. Because it's just cool, isn't it? It's not that you need it, particularly. Yeah. But it's just fucking cool to have. Isn't it?
Well, I suppose it's like I find this with the rangefinder. Generally, you don't have. Like when we go into a field, we normally scope out certain markers to give you kind of
a rough idea.
You know what? That's 100 meters or that's fucking 200 meters, and then you know roughly that something happens in between that. It's 150 or 160 meters. You know, so you're there or thereabouts. But I know definitely when we're shooting, you don't have a whole pile of time to get out, take up your rangefinder, then take up your gun sticks.
I don't even bring it with me anymore. Yeah, honestly, I don't because I know.
Weight,
I know the area I'm hunting. I know at any one point how far I am really away from any boundary fences or anything like that. The only time I ever use it is when I'm setting my rifle.
Yeah.
That's the only time I really ever use it, to be honest.
Rob does always bring his. He's a lovely little handheld one, light one. But I think he's getting a new set of binos this year. I think he's doing a rangefinder in them. So,
which is very good.
So that's an all-in-one job.
Yeah, but,
so it's like early Christmas, man. I can't wait just to
I got the email as well from DPD and I tried ever to change the delivery address.
Tough luck, man. I asked. So you get the handheld thermal, obviously. You would have tips on that, I suppose. Reluctantly.
There'll be some job, some combination there.
Stop.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Because that adds a whole different dimension. Like, me and Bradley went out on Friday night and we trawled through fields and just fields that you know, obviously with wind and stuff like that you could probably check out from the gate, essentially. And you'd be able to dictate what's in the field before you go into it. So it'll be you could cover some range of ground.
The holy jazz without a shadow of a doubt. And then as well as that, not if you were in a place where there was a fox tending to hamper from a light. Yeah, because a lot of times with the weight of the scope, you're not going to actually use the rifle to scan the field. You give it a quick lick of a light torch, first. You know direction where it's off the torch, on with your yoke. But having said that, it's not uncommon. A fox will get that look and he will be gone.
Yeah, because if he's been shot over before, he doesn't recognise that.
Exactly. No, 100%.
No good. So
no, he'll be gone. So he will. Yeah, and then as well as that, remember he was showing us as well on the IRs. There is actually a slight red
hue off.
Yeah. And he reckons foxes are starting to cop onto that. So
so
it's interesting. Yeah,
be interesting. And I have my IR now all set up ready to rock and roll.
It's a fair job, that job, is it?
It's great.
Yeah,
great.
I can't wait to see that now on it.
Yeah, and it's I haven't had a chance to. I wanted to get out I might even get out maybe tomorrow night. For an old fox, maybe.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
just
will you have a zero bit in you?
I don't know. I'll see how tomorrow goes. I was trying to get as much put behind me today now to leave as much. You know yourself.
I was just time of year, man. It's crazy. I was fucking pouring concrete till nearly 9:30 last night. So thought I'd get everything done. So yeah, that's just the fucking way it goes, isn't it?
Will you get out yourself?
What are we doing? I was going to go out do the fox drive tomorrow, but just with the weather, it's cat. So I training tonight. So I don't know. Tomorrow night will I? Jeez, I might actually. You wouldn't know. See how it goes. Yeah. We'll fucking see how it goes, man. I don't want to kill all the foxes. I want to lay 1 or 2 for the.
That's what Rob said to me. Then don't be going. Just keep feeding them.
yeah, exactly. Feed them. Yeah, bring them up and feed them. Yeah. Actually, I didn't see an interest in York. And did I send you that, the feeder?
No.
So if you have a real problem with foxes and you're trying to get the numbers down on them and you're just kind of trying to pick, so basically what you do is you get a 4-inch storage pipe, bit of Galva bond, get it maybe 3 or 4 foot long, right? And then with your Galva bond, fix it to a fencing post or a rail or something down along a field. Put a bit of, if you had a nice steel plate, or preferably like a 1 mil bit of fucking steel flat plate underneath that, and keep the pipe up about a half an inch off the steel pipe.
Okay.
Or sorry, off the steel plate, to just throw a fucking dog nuts into it, or the entrails or something like that. So he's at it. He's trying to get at it. So it's a food source for them.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
So you can draw them in like that. Right?
Draw them in like that.
So, for instance, if you have, for instance, a vulnerable area that you can't, say with sheep,
100%,
or cattle, maybe that you don't want to be, you don't want to be too close.
Mm-hmm.
You can drive them out to a safety zone.
Yeah, it's a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the fuck. Yeah.
Obviously, you could intertwine that down with a nice backstop. You know what I mean? That they're coming.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't believe I have to mention that now, because there'll be a flurry of lads going for storage pipes tomorrow.
Exactly. Rob, if you're listening, man, I'm not sure. Look, there's better hands on the clock, man. I've been doing myself.
Yeah, there'll be a load of lads going for fucking sewage pipes tomorrow. But honest to fuck, I just seen that and said that is a fucking great idea.
Very good. Very good.
In fairness,
so that's nearly everything about the challenge, right? Except for no messing, no fucking cheating. That's the biggest rule. The rest of it, then get out and about.
Get out and about. Be careful.
And if there's any female hunters, we've only had Kim is the only female hunter entered so far.
Yeah.
So we're putting this out there. This is an open challenge.
Yep.
If a female hunter's listening, we want you involved. We want you to take part, and we want your names in the hat. Get behind it.
Definitely. Kim, if you're listening, if any of your friends are there, try and
encourage them. Let's add this. We want more than one female hunter in the challenge. And Joanna, if you're listening.
I don't know what way you're fixed for a bit of pike fishing. But
you can intertwine it with something else. If you want.
Absolutely.
Swap the deer out or the pike out for a deer or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just something. Get out there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, get out there.
Yeah.
What else has been going on? That's the challenge. Yeah. So we'll go through it again. We'll have a video up. We will have a video up in a while, just going through all the little details. But I suppose the big things to remember: 30th of December. 0600.
Yeah.
Kicking off until 6 o'clock the following morning. So you have 24 hours. We need a pike, pheasant, and a fox.
Yeah, I actually think I told one of the lads incorrectly. It was the 30th, from 12 till 12. But anyway. No, that's what we'll do. We'll do 6 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock the following morning. Do you know what I mean? So then you're grand. Most lads will be home finished by 12 o'clock that night. So that'll be it. Then you can sleep all day the next day. Get your pictures. IHP 24-hour challenge note in each picture. So we know that you have got it that day. Yeah.
Send it in to us via our Facebook, our Instagram, or our email at theirishhuntingpodcast@gmail.com. Any of those ways at all.
Then in terms of what's coming up then, Brenny, we have in the new year, Pádraig Breen from the NARGC.
Brilliant.
Pádraig, we've been messaging him back and forth, so we're putting together kind of a couple of things to discuss. We've been trying to get the lads on for a while now, as you know. So due to popular demand, they're
it's hard to get.
I know it's a busy time of the year, and a lot of these guys this is not their, what would you say, their only gig.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's understandable.
Yeah.
But I'll just read out his full title.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I won't, because there's a couple of guys from the NRGC who we might we'll be having a.
Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, get them into us as well.
Yeah. So Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pádraig is he's the game development officer in the ARGC, right? So he's the first man we're going to have on. Keith Foran has passed on his details. I spoke to Pádraig. He's up to his eyeballs, obviously, coming up to Christmas with all kinds. But he's kindly agreed to come on very early in the new year. As I said, we're putting together a list of questions ourselves. They're not going to be all sunshine and roses.
No.
So this will be a very open discussion, and I'm sure Pádraig won't mind if we challenge them on a few issues.
Yeah.
Because we have been getting questions from yourselves, the listeners, and it's our, that's what we're here for. We want to ask the questions that you guys have been asking.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know there's a lot of things happening afoot in the NARGC, which they're trying to get more what would you say, more visible, more vocal and stuff like that on our behalf. But even things like I was chatting to Keith, and there's some huge conservation projects across the country. Concrete projects, partridge, grouse projects, So, but these are the things that, not every, I haven't stumbled across an article in the newspaper or on Facebook, apart from the gun club elements. And normally they're a closed group, private group that nobody else can see, So I suppose that's where we feel we can play a role in this, because we're open. I'll make no apologies for what we do, and I know you won't either. So we're going to be the interface, I suppose, between the gun clubs and the mainstream public, And we've had a huge response from people, who not necessarily hunters, but probably are interested in what we're doing, And I think if you look at what's happening on a wider scale in terms of even this week with the deer. There's a kind of a census or something, or some sort of a public
engagement type
as to what to do with the deer, And I've read some of the comments on the journal yesterday.
This should be good.
And this is why I think there's I suppose a necessity for doing what we do.
Yeah,
is a lot of people, with all due respect, for all the. And they don't mean it in a bad way, I'm sure.
No.
But they will suggest things that just won't work. And I'm not saying what we're suggesting is correct, but if you're going to ask, for instance, if you're going to ask, what should we do with sheep farming? Well, I think the people to ask are sheep farmers, they're the experts in that area. More than if in pharmaceuticals, you go to a pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
But the hunting clubs across the country, while we have vested interest in hunting, obviously, we also know the numbers. We also know if there is an issue, and there could be issues locally in terms of, for instance, disease or low numbers or high numbers. But the local gun clubs and local hunters will give you these statistics. There's no better people to know.
100%. It's like it goes back. I was heard this during the week, and it was a point that I actually had made previous. It's like what you see going on in the Dáil, and we're not going to get over the political in this podcast either. But there's been a referendum. There's been a change of, I suppose, of government. So now, he was the minister for fucking agriculture. Now he's the minister for transport, or he was the minister for fucking education. Now he's the minister for healthcare. How the fuck? Exactly. How the fuck does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? How can he be the head that and not know a fucking clue he or she about it?
I know. I run my own business, right? I do not want a scientist in charge of my accounts.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
You want somebody who's good at maths, good at accounting, with bookwork experience or a degree in,
100%.
You cannot have. Well, look, that's the system, I suppose. But it doesn't seem like very good sense,
No, definitely not. You can't be. Look, what they're asking for there is what they're looking for really with this study is they're trying to get a better understanding. So what they're not looking for is opinions. They're looking for facts. What is the facts?
Or what they shouldn't be looking for is opinions.
What they shouldn't be looking for.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
The populist thing is not the right thing here. Because if I looked at the comments, predominantly they were from people, with all due respect, had not a fucking notion one of the comments was wolves, right? Mm-hmm. Now we've gone from lynx to wolves now in the last couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, it'll be the bear next, but yeah, go on.
But just put this in perspective, like a guy was literally commenting, and I don't have it in front of me, but the bones of his argument was that it was been a success in Germany, which is false for a start.
Yeah.
And that, yes, there has been minuscule casualties to local livestock because of the wolves introduced in Germany. Mm-hmm. But overall, that can be overcome by compensating the farmers for their lost stock. And so, just I suppose there's so many things that wrong with that statement.
Yeah.
The first thing is obviously the expanse of Germany and the expanse of forestry compared to here. Like we were talking, locally, I've done deforest. I don't know, it's 150 acres or 200 acres, at the max, half of which is felled.
Yeah.
So a wolf in there is quite quickly going to run out of cover.
Without a doubt.
You know what I'm saying? No more than here behind you.
Yeah.
So and that's true throughout the country here. Which it's just not dense enough in specific areas to carry wolves.
Yeah.
So what you're going to have is quite quickly is a wolf is going to dictate. Well, the deer are going to run.
Yeah.
As deer do quite well.
As they do.
And they'll move on.
Yes.
And the wolf is going to decide, well, there's a sheep here, that's a quick lunch, I'll just take him instead, and then fill the belly, lie down, and will he track that deer for the couple of miles there after running? Will he? Oh, he'll go again, you know.
100%.
So we have, there's a reluctance to engage in look, we've known for how many years foxes are an issue to livestock in the countryside, and people are still like look at the backlash that fox hunters get.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. Holy mother.
So you can imagine how is a farmer going to get paid for losing a lamb to a wolf if he can't even get paid for losing to a fox? Like there was a specific farmer, what wasn't it's on one of the farming pages. He lost 17 lambs last year, you know. Like 17 lambs, put that in perspective, like that's at roughly 130, 140 euros lamb.
Yeah.
Like that's huge money.
Massive money, 100% without a doubt.
Out of a small fucking pot.
Without a doubt.
Farming is not a lucrative fucking business.
No, and they're fucking, to be fair, the majority of them, they're fucking struggling as it is. Fucking fairness.
Hard work.
Savage hard work, 7 days a week.
So there's no sympathy for them at the minute. So how are they going to decipher what was killed by a fox and what was killed by a wolf?
100%, yeah. You know? And just going back to that genius that decided, that brought up about bringing back the foxes and that it was a success in Germany. Just as an example, right? Because I'm sure, I presume he knew this fact. The Bavarian forest, as you mentioned earlier, is the largest continuous woodland area in Europe, with an area of 241 square kilometers. Where is it? Fucking Germany.
Germany, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I heard someone we're on about this lynx fucking crack here the other day as well. Lads, it's as simple as this. It'll never work here because we don't have the forestry for it. No, we just fucking don't.
As that.
We'd love to, as we spoke about when you were saying, jeez, wouldn't it be lovely to just throw your backpack, your rifle and your stuff and head off there through the wilderness for fucking 5 days.
Yeah.
You won't do it here.
You get 4 hours to get to the other side of the main road.
You'd be on a fucking supermarket or a plaza, some fucking.
That's
just along with the fucking charter, man. Without a fucking doubt.
The nearest to it is probably the Wicklow Mountains, and even at that,
you're never going to be far from a road. You know what I mean? It just won't work. It's a simple 241 square kilometers, man, is a fair fucking
area.
And that's one forest in particular.
Yeah. So and even at that, Brent, there's uproar over there about it because the farmers can't get paid for it. Like there's no proper way of policing that, because what you'll have is, sure.
Oh, sure, I lost 3 there.
I lost 3. Well, how do you prove it? Well, they're not here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's completely. No. Another argument was, and this is, can we essentially use birth control? That was one. So again, I think is there roughly 5,000 hunters.
5,000 licensed hunters.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think so. Yeah.
5,000 licensed hunters, right? Culling at the rate we're culling. Mm-hmm. The average would be, I would presume, a couple of head up to, But if you average it, I suppose, it would be less than 10 per head. I would imagine. I don't have the exact figures, but I would like me and you both could probably count on one hand, or one hand and one hand out of all the fingers and toes. Men that we know that would shoot in excess of 10 deer a year.
Absolutely.
They're few
very,
and far
very, very few. Very, very few.
So averaging, you're only talking about a couple of head of deer per, but that's still a large number of deer.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
A rough estimate there, you're talking about 15,000 deer roughly.
Yep. And
we're still seeing numbers flourishing. You know.
Yeah.
So how they're expecting to get at all the does, or maybe this is a feminist idea and they want to get at the stags. I don't know.
I don't know.
That could be a slightly bigger problem. Try and get at a stag. He's not too amenable.
No. Walk up to him and try and convince him to swallow a pill or whatever.
I would suggest that maybe some of these people might be led by the hand out to a stag in the rush and kind of try and convince him that.
Try and convince him, exactly.
He doesn't want
not to kill you for starters.
Yeah.
So
that was one, and then the last one was it was I don't know. It had to be a joke, but I think it was serious. Unfortunately, it was talking about the cull in the Phoenix Park. Could they not move them to a more habitable area? So moved them to Wicklow where it's already swarming with them.
Absolutely fucking swarming with them anyway.
Yeah,
the larger. And I think the issue, that when they're talking about large populations of deer number in Ireland, I think the number in the Phoenix Park is not high on their priority list. I don't think they're overly worried now about the fucking deer in the Phoenix Park. To be fair.
The Phoenix Park deer are fine. They're managed and they're relatively small number.
And it's fairly easy to cull them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fairness, definitely. Yeah. So there's just.
But that's
what you're up against.
That's the crazy thing, isn't it? I think it's like anything. They look for opinion, see what's the popular thing. The popular thing here is not the right thing, because unfortunately there is one option here, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And that is to you have variance on one idea, but it will involve hunting them, in some shape or form, or culling. But I definitely think the seasons need to be looked at a little bit more.
Yeah. Speed up the process, simplify probably to a certain extent the process to get your deer license.
The deer license, exactly. It is quite arduous to get between the gun license and the deer license.
Yeah.
And I know plenty of good hunting men, with shotguns and stuff, who would love to get a rifle.
And
who would be good hunting men, honor, ethical, all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
But just
can't be fucking
thoughts,
100%.
Because they've been through the process before.
100%. But then, at the same side, there's lads out there, and there's no point in fucking saying different. There is lads out there that look at the process, go, fuck that, sure look at the shoot on him.
Yeah.
They will, 100%. I know there's a fucking friend of mine, and I won't mention where it was, and caught on trail camera the other night 3-4 lads dragging out 4 deer at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, explain fucking that.
Well, one, they're hunting with thermal.
Yeah, 100%. They're never no license to fuck it. Just they wouldn't give a fuck if it hit them.
And they've no rights to be on the ground.
No rights to be on the ground. You're not getting any return of bag numbers from them because you haven't a clue. Chances are, if that's the way they're doing it, they're shooting fucking more deer than any of us. That's the long and the fucking short of it. It's not regulated. So
why not get these guys into the net and say, look, that's right. We always have rifles and stuff like that. Would you be interested? Try. I don't know. I don't know what we encourage that, Brent. But at least if everyone's recording numbers, it's no different than the pheasant and the snipe and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If everyone's recording numbers, at least that's giving proper data.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that would be the minority, though. In fairness, right? It will be the minority.
Oh, but that was shadow. But that's what I'm saying. The vast majority of lads in Ireland hunting deer are doing it. They're legit. They're doing it the way they should be. There's always going to be those lads that of course will do it at night time and do it against the bucks.
Absolutely. And look at the positive side as well. Like there's a thing on Nationwide, I think you were saying this week?
It's tonight.
It's tonight,
yeah. Here's to the ground,
Here's to the ground,
yeah.
The Wild Deer Association of Ireland.
Are on it,
so it'll be interesting to see what we're friends with the guys on Facebook, and we tic-tac with them there from time to time, and we hopefully have them on.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see their perspective on it. There's also a big thing that went amiss that got in my view anyway, not much coverage was. The WDI, they did a night up on town for the homeless.
Right.
Cooking burgers.
Fantastic.
Venison burgers.
100%, yeah.
I there was a couple of hundred of these burgers handed out to homeless people on a really cold fucking night.
Yeah, man. 100%.
And like just I suppose on the week that's in it, there's people fucking with no houses, no money, that ain't going to enjoy Christmas. Yeah. And these guys gave them a bite to eat, a warm bite to eat on a night that was well earned. So huge congratulations to the guys for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
It's yet again another thing that should be sang from the rooftops.
Without doubt.
If any other association did it, I think it'll get a bit more
now you're talking
recognition.
There's other organisations out there with a million times more
exposure
and funds and everything else, and they're not doing it. So I think it's absolutely fantastic and fair. And I know it's not the first time done it. I know we did mention on the last podcast. It's not the first time done it. Exactly how many years it's been going, I don't know.
But
it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Lads,
keep up the good work.
Hats off to you. That's a fantastic thing to be doing.
And that meat was hunted.
Mm-hmm.
Was obviously killed. It was butchered.
Yeah.
And then processed. And like that's not a small feat. And then brought up to in burgers and
so, you know as well as I do, as we've spoke before, the time it's go and find him, get him or a stag or a hind to bring it home to process and to cook it. Like that is a lot of fucking work. That's a lot of fucking work.
And like that's I hear that that's all. It's grand. Seek a deer. It's not a huge deer, right? But it's still, if you're trekking 4 or 5 kilometers by on foot, which are going on a few bits, your work only starts when you pull the trigger. Yeah. By and large, it's not very often you can drive out to them in the field and pick them up.
No, without doubt. And I suppose as well, I just wanted to mention as well that if there's any other groups doing that, like I suppose not blowing our own trumpet, but we're starting to get a fair old audience behind us.
Yeah,
we have a lot of people listening. So all we can say is, we'll help you any way we can. If you're running something, you want a bit of backing on it, as I mentioned before, don't be afraid, lads. Just shoot us an email. 100%. We'll read it out. We'll talk about it.
We'll get behind it.
We'll get behind it as best we can, 100%, and we'll get you as much exposure. And if it's fun and you're trying to raise for something, or like you're doing for the Wild Deer Association, any sort of a good cause like that, 100% we'll get behind you.
Yeah. And like this is what we need to be doing. We need to be highlighting. I don't recall too many, and this is not a slate on them, and I'm not trying to get into a war with them, but I don't recall too many vegan groups, or vegetarian doing.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So do you know? And I'm sure if they did, it'd be plastered all over
without doubt. I heard the best one ever. I think it was. I don't know if I did mention that on one of the other podcasts, or I mentioned it to you. There was absolutely war over the NHS over in the UK.
Yes.
Was there anything about that?
Yeah.
That is crazy stuff. Like the NHS were as part of a nationwide deer cull, were I suppose given venison for cooking for meat, like for people in hospital. There was absolute fucking outrage over how fucking dare you. And one lad says it was the equivalent of giving a lung cancer patient cigarettes. Where did he even start with that? Like, what the fuck is he on about?
He just even let that settle in. Like,
do you know what I mean? Like, giving somebody in hospital venison is the same as giving somebody with lung cancer cigarettes.
Yeah.
Where in the name? That doesn't even make sense.
I'll tell you now, but I've never ate as much venison as I have this year.
Yeah.
And drank as much whiskey. So, and I'm fucking fine. I'm not recommending it.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Anthony's fine.
Whiskey and venison. And a splash of whiskey in the cooking of the venison, maybe. No, but on a more serious note, like that is the height of an ignorant comment, and that does no good for. No. Like, we are not, like we've said it before, I eat plenty of fucking vegetables. I probably eat more vegetables on a daily basis than your traditional vegan diet, because I eat a large quantity of fucking food,
Yeah.
So, and I love them. So I'm not saying, but the whole kind of them versus us type thing is not helpful. There's a place. I think that the what they said, there was another. I think I shared a little thing from the NRGC where it was twofold. I listened to Joe Rogan. I think I told you about the regenerative farming.
Yeah.
and the benefits of, like, the answers are fucking there.
Yeah.
You know, you can go out and fill your freezer with meat, or you can go to a local game store now. You can buy good, healthy, organic. Yeah. This is really free range, lads. This is where an animal can roam wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And you can have this on your plate.
Yeah. I'd love to actually. There is a crowd, and I think are they in Clane or something?
Yeah, Wild Game Meats.
I was never there. Were you there?
No, Rob has the game handling course. That's where he hands in.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'd love to go over there. Yeah. I would actually. I'd love to actually go over there and get chatting to them.
Well, that's what we will do. We'll organise that now in the new year. Bally, I sent one link actually to one of the guys on the. There was a guy messages on Instagram, and I just want to give him a shout out because this is I suppose the flavour. If you're not going to, if you were going to say something,
I just want to say that on that article you were saying there about the international, it was through FACE, which is the European Federation for Hunting and Conservation, and they just had a small little, but there's a more detailed article on it, but there's just a couple of the bullet points on it. So the questions obviously asked is hunting a threat to nature? Actually, not. Hunting is incorrectly portrayed as a major pressure on nature, which we'll all agree with there. Hunting accounts for an extremely low share of high-ranking pressures reported. Half of the bird species linked to hunting pressures are with good status and trends. Habitat loss due to agriculture and urbanisation is the main pressure on birds. The most significant pressure for large carnivores comes from infrastructure and illegal killing, which we touched on earlier on. And hunters play a key role in the conservation of birds and large carnivores. Yeah, which is it is. That's exactly, that is exactly what happens.
And I suppose what that article doesn't encompass is, right, where it says that hunting pressures a small number, right? Mm-hmm. But what it doesn't encompass, I suppose, is what on the other side of that argument, like we talked extensively about the game crop that you guys encourage farmers to. Mm-hmm. About the ponds you dug. Mm-hmm. So that article doesn't take it, and while it's a generally positive thing for hunters, and I'm not saying that, but it still doesn't encompass the peripheral stuff like the habitat provision, like the projects we're talking about, the energy RGC are running now with corncrake and the partridge and the grouse. It doesn't encompass that element where and especially as well where farmers have peripheral lands and it's been left idle, and got clubs like your own are saying, give us a bit of land, we'll get you a few bob, we'll sow that with game crop.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's beehive projects. There's habitat provision for ducks, for nesting and stuff.
Yeah.
There's you guys do.
We put nest boxes up and stuff. Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
So that doesn't even touch on that.
No.
So while it's a great positive. There's even more to that, I think.
Yeah, there's even little things, and I did see something a while ago that I think, I could be wrong on this, but I think the corncrake, where it nests sort of in obviously fairly wide open agricultural fields, and what happens is I think a lot of times when a farmer goes in and he's topping the field or he's cutting silage out or whatever, that's where a lot of them are getting. So did somebody invent this thing, and it's just like a little bar that hangs, say, maybe a couple of feet away from the mower head or from maybe it's the combine, not exactly, but it just has chains dangling from it. So if you have a corncrake sitting there, the chains will sort of make contact. It'll hoosh him. He'll run out to the headland. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Before the fucking thing. It's a simple thing. And farmers are taking it on board.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Fairness to them. They are.
That has been brought on by the hunting community and the animal the bird welfare. Because I know the NARGC are working with Birdwatch Ireland in a lot of these projects. Mm-hmm. So if there's, that shows the benefits of collaboration rather than head-to-head confrontation.
Yeah,
and there is obviously where that, and this will be a bone of contention, where both of them meet is, obviously the corncrake, your ground nesting birds and stuff like that are susceptible to predatory, your grey crows and your magpies and your buzzards.
Your buzzards, absolutely.
So where the two of them collide, is going to be the issue, because obviously Birdwatch Ireland love all birds.
All birds, yeah.
As they're entitled.
Yeah.
But the problem will be until we have enough numbers upcoming in all of them species, then something's going to have to give.
Yeah.
Because a fox will not survive, or hens won't survive with a fox in the hen house. That's just unfortunately, you would not have habitat for both. Not in the one area. So that's probably the and I know there's ground there for where I suppose the NIRGC can do their element and Birdwatch Ireland do theirs. So but look, I think it's mostly positive, in terms of these projects being reintroduced. But if it's not for the hunting communities, predominantly, a lot of these projects wouldn't be happening.
No, they wouldn't. Unfortunately, 100%. Yeah. Without doubt. It's great to see them working together. Like you were saying, I know they're not going to agree on everything, but there is no reason why we can't collectively, be it slightly different approaches, we want to conserve birds.
Yeah.
They're their way of doing their thoughts, that's grand, and we suppose we have ours.
Yeah.
Together we have the same objective, just slightly different.
Slightly different ways of getting there, yeah.
Ways of getting there, yeah, exactly.
And I think generally, and I'm not saying that our way is better, but it will get us there faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh no, look, it's 100%. We're out there. We see what's going on. I say any birds I think we really did lose this year since we've released them have been, I'd say, buzzards.
Yeah.
I'd say more than likely.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd say probably buzzards. Yeah. Or possibly foxes too, but you definitely see there's some buzzard, because a buzzard will kind of when he hits them, he'll pluck them.
Yeah.
Basically, you've seen that yourself, whereas a fox, he'll be gone, he'll drag him off.
Yeah.
That's, you usually won't see their main section.
I actually seen just on the N4 between Cock and Enfield today, literally 2 cars in front of me, a buzzard swooped down in a hedgerow, picked something. It was some sort of a ground nesting bird. It was a small bird. I could just see 2 feet dangling, but it was fighting as it was flying. It was trying to pull him up.
Right.
It looked like, now obviously the season's not conducive to it, but it looked like a small hen pheasant or something like that.
Okay.
That's what it looked like. It was heavy enough for it to be fighting with it.
Okay.
He came up off the hedgerow on one side where he obviously had attacked it and grabbed it. He kind of bounced on the white line in between the 2 lanes of traffic, because it was almost falling out of his claws.
Right.
And kind of half dragged it over across to the other side into the other hedge.
No way. Well, hardly a big thrush or something.
I don't. It was bigger than that.
Was it right? But yes, yeah, sure, cool. Yeah,
it looked like I think it looked like I don't know now. It was a couple of cars. I think 2 cars ahead of me, and I just caught it right at the end. But I could see legs kind of fighting.
Yes.
And it's obviously the same color as a hen pheasant, but it was a big enough bird,
Okay, right. But to chase it, right? I wouldn't know.
I don't know whether maybe. It could have been possibly, maybe I construed that it could have been roadkill. And it was too heavy and it was dragging, and the legs were bouncing. It all happened very quick, but so maybe I'm not doing it justice. But that's the size of an animal that was taken.
And I sent you pictures there during the week. I was working up in Avoca, and the red kites. Now they are a phenomenal looking bird. They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
They're right in the valley there, the Avoca River. And the amount of them was unbelievable. Swarms of them, which is their cool looking bird, but I can imagine fucking damage they do to
great to see. To see and all that kind of stuff. But again, I suppose it's about managing them,
That's exactly it. Yeah.
Just in terms of the game food, it's the Ballymoney Foods. They're over in Clane, right? David actually. If you're listening, David, thanks a million for listening in. He was born and raised in a housing estate in Dublin, as he says himself, miles away from this sort of life, but he's fascinated by it. Keep the content coming. And he was interested in I could source whiskey, but any idea where to get venison or game bird meat? I'm beside Clonee, so driving to meat is no problem if you know a spot. So I told him that I think this week, or definitely last week anyway, Lidl's had a venison steaks.
Seen that, yeah.
And roast. On special.
Oh, did it? The roast as well, did it?
Yeah, the roast, little small roast, I think $12.99. Small
roast. Yeah.
And I told him where the game dealer in Clane. So yeah.
Happy days.
Now I I would have no problem giving David some of my venison. Only I don't know what the legalities of that are.
I know.
I know you can give it to family and friends.
Yes.
But unfortunately, just with the constraints that are there, I don't know what the legality. I would have no fucking issue giving it to anybody.
Go into man and claim there.
Yeah. And look, there's a couple of these starting to pop up down. I think there's another one down west as well. Right. I heard one of the lads saying. So there's a few of them. I think actually there's one at Athlone, if I'm not mistaken.
Is there, right?
Yeah.
A wild
game, yeah. I'm almost sure I've seen in the business park there on the coming back on the left.
Which you could be right. I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. That's news to me. As I say, I've always knew there was one I claimed, but I never went into it.
Yeah.
I suppose.
So if they're listening, I might tag them in the post there. They might bring us over for a walk around.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. I think you're taking rabbit, hare.
Well, do they really? Yeah, the whole lot.
Sure,
yeah. But yes, must do that course. Yeah. Just for obviously, I've no intentions of harvesting the game to sell it or anything like that, but just would be an interesting one. Yeah, it would be a good one to have it.
And it would be nice if, for instance, if things get ahead of you, as things are probably going to get ahead of me in the next couple of months, and you've gone out for a morning shooting, and for whatever reason you can't process yourself for time, or that at least you have the backup.
Yes, yeah, 100%, yeah.
That you can give it to.
Fantastic, man! Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Without a shadow of a doubt. I suppose we better wrap it up shortly, and that's I suppose basically it. The next episode we're going to have on will be winging it because we'll just be probably talking more about our challenge and how it went. It'll be around that time anyway. So for now, I suppose remember register for our 24-hour challenge is the biggest thing. Get your registrations, get your teammates in, get out, have a bit of crack, do it safely. And you might reignite that love for the
flame.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
So it's at the Irish Hunting Podcast at gmail.com, at the Irish HP on YouTube.
Yep.
You can get us on Instagram and Facebook, the Irish Hunting Podcast, and you can also tag us # IHP 24-hour challenge.
Deadly. 100%, yeah.
So keep them coming, and we're loving the messages and everything else. I tell you, it's great to hear.
Yeah, without a doubt. And if you're on Spotify there as well, you might give us a like and share, and you can subscribe to us on Spotify in that way. Anytime there's any new episodes or any new material coming up, you get notifications. So that'll be it.
Happy Christmas to you all, guys.
Happy Christmas to you all as well. I hope you all have a great one and a safe one, and eat plenty of grub and drink plenty of water, I'm sure.
Unfortunately, I'm going to be seeing a lot more of you over the Christmas break, so I just want to know because you're stuck with me now, buddy.
Honest to God, lads, look, that's the fucking way it is, isn't it?
Yeah, could be worse. Could be worse. Look, over now for now, and we look forward to hearing more of you on the challenge in a week or so's time. All right? Over now.